Hello everyone, I was just wanting to bring you a sermon video today. I've been making them on this book that I wrote under the pen name of J.D. Cantor, and building takes skill, tearing down none, and so I've been reading from that. A lot of things I use on my videos come from that book, and I think it's got some good things that as I said, I wrote it, and it took me a while, so I'd write something in chapter 1 and get on over to maybe chapter 8 or 9 and forget I had used that example and use it again, plus my grammar. So, but anyway, I'm over in Ephesians 4:29. It says, "Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the edifying, good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers." And then 1 Thessalonians 5:11, which says, "Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as ye also do." I'm planning on making a series on Proverbs if nothing doesn't happen. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep reading these, because you can buy the book and you can read it yourself. I was just trying to read you a few excerpts, or whatever you want to call it, out of it, so that you might see if that would be something you would like to have or not. So anyway, I'm going to pick up here, and I'm in chapter 3. I'm on page 24. And it says, "A lady came into where I worked years ago and told us a joke. The next day, for several days, she would tell us one. I asked my fellow worker why this was. She replied she had cancer, and her doctor instructed her to laugh deep and laugh often. So every day, her son emailed her a joke. She would come in and tell the joke to us. In turn, we and everyone else would tell her one. And so it went on, day after day. Be happy where you are. Enjoy the moment. Don't spend too much time looking back, too much time looking too far ahead, and even less time looking too far back. It's like driving a car and looking so far down the road that you don't see the vehicle that stopped right in front of you. Or driving a car looking in your rearview mirror and don't see those that's ahead. Also, in driving a car, you have to know where you're going. You have to have goals and a vision. You have to obey the rules or pay the price, the ticket. Excuse me. You have to obey the signs and signals along the way. Stop when the light is red, caution when yellow, and go with green. I will get in the car with somebody who's old, but not anyone who can't see. Mount Everest. You can't get any bigger, but I can. Life is a pressure cooker. The pressure keeps mounting and building until you can't take it anymore. You are ready to explode, blow up. Everywhere you turn, there's pressure. The greater the pressure, the more things cook on the inside. There are pressures because there are more variables in your life. There are more people and more responsibilities. There are more people who need you than ever before. There are more people who have your phone number, both home and cell, your email address, etc. Your world is bigger. You know more people. External pressures you can separate from, but internal pressures are difficult. Your marriage, your children, etc. External enemies are one thing, but internal things are connected to me. You can kill the wolf. If you don't kill the wolf, it will kill you. But you can't kill what you are connected to, your marriage, your child, etc. The internal pressure just keeps mounting, and you say, I'm fine. But all the time you're dying on the inside. The pressure is killing you. You'd probably be shocked at the people reading this that are smiling, but on the inside they're about to explode. The things you can't talk about, the secrets that you've held inside for so long. All the while the pressure is building on the inside until it has reached dangerous levels. When you are responsible, people count on you, and when they count on you, it brings responsibility and pressure. We would be surprised at the depressed people reading this. The world has pressures, and some of them kill themselves. Children of God has pressures, and it kills them. We wake up tired because all night long the issues have been churning in our heads all night long. Nobody knows that your finances are bad. Your marriage is strained. We have pressures and we can't talk to anyone, not even our spouses. We're too tore up, we think, even to talk to God. People right on the edge and can't find the center. They can't find the balance. They don't have the maturity. Pressure cooker. It's a pressure cooker, like the old-fashioned pressure cooker Mother used to have. It's just ready to pop a valve. Pressures will move you off center so you can't find your center. You will eventually blow up on the inside if you keep running around like a fireman putting out fires. In Revelation 2, the people were responsible but couldn't find their relationship, their first love with God. The church was extremely responsible but had forgotten and neglected their relationship with God. You haven't spoken to me in days. You used to wake up in the morning talking to me. You used to fall asleep with God on your mind. You used to drive down the road talking to God. Now all you got is religion and responsibility. People think you're Superman. Oh, just call the pastor. He'll handle it. It'll put a certain amount of pressure on you. I got it. I can do it. Call me at 2 in the morning. I can handle it. I know I do a lot of that, but that's by my choice because I want to help you. But God is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. He finishes what he starts. When you got in a fight, they would say, who started it? The devil started it, but God will finish it. All you have to do is get out of the way. When the weather transitions, sometimes you don't know what to wear, what to put on. As in the natural, so it is in the spiritual. Sometimes we don't know what to do. Have you ever been smiling but worried? The best people to talk to is someone who's been through what you were going through. Some things are not what they seem. Sometimes the container is better than the contents. A lot of people married the container instead of the contents. Some things we wrap up in a pretty decoration and even put a bow on it, but inside it doesn't match. Make sure your battles are worth fighting for. Pick your battles wisely. Don't fight the unnecessary battles where there are no spoils. John 8, 4 through 11, they say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now Moses and the law commanded us that such should be stoned, but what saith thou? This they said, tempting him, and they might have to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down, wrote with his finger on the ground as though he heard them not. So they continued asking him. He lifted up himself and said unto them, He that's without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted of their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. When Jesus had lifted himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee? She said, No man, Lord. And Jesus said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. Matthew 15, 2 through 5, and Pilate asked him, Art thou the king of the Jews? And he answering said unto him, Thou sayest it. And the chief priests accused him of many things, but he answered nothing. And Pilate asked him again, saying, Answer thou nothing? Behold, how many things they witness against thee. But Jesus answered nothing, so that Pilate marveled. Most battles are not worth fighting for. There are no spoils. Many battles are just distractions trying to lure us from our mission. If I engage in this battle and spend my time and energy, what is the prize? The spoils. Is it really worth it? If someone cuts me off in traffic and then I cut them off, how's this going to benefit me? I don't even know them, and in 5 minutes they'll be out of my life. There are no spoils or benefits. Here, there's not a battle worth fighting. The reason many people miss out on God's best is that they're distracted fighting battles that doesn't really matter. They are always trying to prove themselves to people, trying to win over all their critics, playing up to someone, trying to get their approval. We need to choose our battles wisely. We're not supposed to be in the fight mode all the time. They're talking about me, and I'm going to show them how wrong they are. They are down and consumed for 6 months with this. They don't even realize that this is not a battle worth fighting. Even if they do win, it is not going to put them any further down the road. We cannot make the mistake of engaging in every battle that comes along, constantly defending ourselves, proving our point, straightening someone out. We're not going to have the energy we need to fight the battles that do matter. We're supposed to be warriors, but a warrior doesn't just fight any battle, on the ones with a cause. That matters. 1 Samuel 17, David said, "Is there not a cause?" David asked what the prize was. What was the reward? He knew there was a reward and worth fighting for. When his brother rebuked him, David turned and walked away. One reason David was a champion is he knew which battles to fight. I've enjoyed getting this to you. Hope that you've enjoyed it. You can call me at 256-508-4410. I might not get back to you right away, but I'll get back to you when I can. And just leave me a little message of what it is you need. I love you. I care about you. And until we do this next time, may God richly bless you.